Greetings, dear one. I know your heart has been heavy for a while now. The weight of betrayal, the sting of broken trust, and the lingering ache of what once was, it's all been pressing down on you. You've tried to move forward, to heal, to convince yourself that time will dull the pain, but deep inside, the wounds still feel fresh. It's exhausting, isn't it? Carrying something so painful, while the world expects you to act like everything is fine. You remember the exact moment things started to change. It wasn't sudden, not at first. There were little shifts, conversations that felt distant, moments where the warmth between you and your partner seemed to fade. You tried to ignore it, to brush off the feeling that something wasn't right. But deep down, your heart knew. Then, one day, the truth hit you like a storm you never saw coming. There was someone else. Another woman had stepped into the picture, and suddenly, everything that once felt secure came crashing down. The betrayal wasn't just in what happened, it was in the way it happened. The silence, the unanswered questions, the way you were left standing there, trying to make sense of how someone you trusted could turn away so easily. You replayed every moment in your head, wondering if there was something you missed, something you could have done differently. But no amount of overthinking could change the reality. You were left with nothing but a broken heart and an emptiness that refused to fade. If you believe in God and His miracles, show your love by clicking the Super Thanks button. Your support helps spread His word to more people in need. And then came the questions that haunted you at night. Why wasn't what you had enough? What did she have that made your partner forget everything you had built together? Was it something about you? Was it something you did? The self-doubt crept in, whispering lies, making you believe you weren't worthy, that you weren't lovable. But those were never your burdens to carry. This was not your fault. Through it all, you have carried yourself with strength, even when you didn't feel strong. You have faced each day with a resilience that even you may not realize. But the pain still lingers. No matter how much you tell yourself that you've moved on, that you're healing, there's still that small part of you that wonders, that aches, that waits for an answer. But here's what you must know. God saw everything. He witnessed the betrayal, the hurt, the nights you cried yourself to sleep. He saw how you held on, hoping for clarity, for closure, for justice. And now, He is bringing something to light, not to cause you more pain, but to set you free. Because while you have been trying to move forward, there is a truth unfolding behind the scenes that you were never meant to stay in the dark about. The woman who tore your relationship apart has been hiding something. She has carefully built a picture of herself, crafted an illusion that everything in her world is perfect. But what she doesn't want you to know is that things are not as they seem. The choices she made, the path she took, none of it has led her to the happiness she thought she would find. She fears that if you knew what was really happening, you would see her not as the one who won, but as the one who lost everything. Your Super Thanks donation can bring hope to someone struggling. Be a light in someone's life today. Give as God has blessed you. And now, God is revealing this truth to you, not to fill your heart with bitterness, not to reopen old wounds, but to finally bring you peace. Because once you see the full picture, once you understand what's really been happening, the weight you've been carrying for so long will finally begin to lift. The time for confusion, for wondering, for hurting, it's ending. A new chapter is waiting for you, and as you step into it, you'll realize that you were never abandoned. You were being prepared for something greater. You've wondered about her. What happened to her after everything fell apart? Did she get the life she wanted? Did she move on without a second thought, as if the pain she caused meant nothing? For so long, it felt like she won. She took what mattered to you, left you with heartbreak, and walked away untouched. But what if I told you that things aren't as they seem? That the very person who disrupted your world is now facing a reality she never expected? At first, it might have seemed like she had everything. Maybe she looked happy, as if her choices had led her to something better. But behind the scenes, the truth is unraveling. The life she thought she was stepping into, the one she believed would bring her fulfillment, has turned into something far different. The consequences of her actions have started to catch up with her, and what once seemed like a victory is now weighing her down. A simple super thanks can change a life. If you believe in kindness and God's love, take a moment to give. Heaven sees your heart. She doesn't want you to know this. She has spent so much time hiding, keeping up appearances, pretending that everything worked out the way she planned. But deep inside, she knows the truth. She is not at peace. The very choices she made, the ones that hurt you so deeply, have left her empty. What she thought would bring her happiness has only led to regret. And no matter how much she tries to mask it, the weight of her decisions is becoming unbearable. Maybe it's broken relationships, people walking away from her the same way she once encouraged your partner to walk away from you. Maybe it's personal struggles that she never saw coming, setbacks she never thought she'd have to face. Maybe it's the realization that taking something from someone else never leads to true happiness. Whatever it is, she's living a life far different from the one she imagined. And now, she is afraid. Afraid that you will see her for who she truly is. Afraid that the truth will finally come to light. Because if you knew what was really happening, if you saw the cracks in her perfect image, you would understand. She didn't win. She didn't find the happiness she was looking for. She only found more pain. And now, the fear of being exposed consumes her. But this isn't about her. This revelation isn't meant to make you feel anger or resentment. It's not about looking back and wishing things had been different. It's about freeing you. Because for so long, the weight of this betrayal has held you captive. It has kept you in a place of pain, wondering if justice would ever be served. And now, God is showing you. Justice is already unfolding. By sending a super thanks, you're not just donating. You're sowing a seed of love, faith, and support for those in need. You don't have to carry this anymore. You don't have to keep looking back, questioning your worth, or believing that you were the one who lost. You weren't. This was never about what you lacked. It was about what she could never truly have. And now, as the truth comes to light, you have a choice. You can keep holding on to the pain, or you can let it go. Because while she is trapped in the consequences of her own choices, you are being offered something greater: freedom. This is God's way of showing you that He was always in control, that He saw the injustice, the heartbreak, and the long nights you spent wondering why. And now, He is saying, you don't have to wonder anymore. The truth is here, and with it comes the chance to finally step forward, lighter, freer, and unburdened by the past. Because what's ahead of you is far greater than anything left behind. You've carried this pain long enough. The questions, the sleepless nights, the weight of betrayal, it has followed you like a shadow, keeping you from fully stepping into the peace that was always meant for you. But now, God is revealing this truth to you, not to reopen wounds, but to bring closure. The person who once disrupted your life, the one who left you questioning your worth, is not living the dream she imagined. The choices she made have led her down a path of regret, and she is facing the consequences of her actions. You, however, are being called to something greater. This is your moment of release. The betrayal that once felt like the end of your story is not where your journey stops. It was never about her, never about what she took from you. It was always about what God was preparing for you. The truth coming to light is not meant to stir anger or bitterness, but to remind you that justice has already been served. You don't need to seek revenge or dwell on the past. What was lost is no longer meant to weigh you down. The chapter of pain is closing, and a new one filled with restoration and peace, is beginning. Your super thanks helps share God's message across the world. Don't just watch, be a part of something greater. Now, it's time to let go. Let go of the anger, the resentment, the lingering ache that has held on to you for so long. Holding on to it will only keep you bound to a past that no longer serves you. The hurt may have shaped you, but it does not define you. God is asking you to release it, to step forward with an open heart, knowing that what lies ahead is far greater than what was left behind. The person who caused you pain no longer holds any power over your future. You may not have seen it before, but God was always working behind the scenes. He saw every tear, every prayer whispered in the darkness, every moment you felt forgotten. And now, He is showing you that He never abandoned you. He was always guiding you toward something better. The pain you endured is not without purpose. It has made you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the blessings that are about to unfold in your life. The past no longer has a hold on you. What once felt like an injustice is now proof that God's justice is always at work. The one who tried to steal your joy is now facing the reality of their own choices. But you are free. Free to love again. Free to trust again. Free to walk into the future God has designed for you without the chains of heartbreak weighing you down. If you believe in God's power, hit subscribe now and never miss a message of faith, hope, and miracles. This is your turning point. This is where the pain no longer defines you, but strengthens you. You are not a victim of betrayal. You are a survivor of it. And as you step into the next chapter of your life, know that God is with you, leading you toward a future filled with love, peace, and unshakable joy. Trust in His timing. Trust in His plan. What was meant to break you has only built you into someone stronger. And now, with the truth revealed, you can walk forward, not with bitterness, but with confidence, knowing that God has something far greater in store for you. Your future is waiting, and it is brighter than you ever imagined. Amen.